Welcome back to CNC Auto Works. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to be trying to revive the 69 Mustang that hasn't ran for over 24 years. If you haven't already seen our video we made before, we kind of introduced the car. We asked what you guys' opinion was on what we should do to build it. But what we're going to do today is just try to get this thing running. We actually bought this thing as a roller, and I hate having things kicking around the shop that won't get out of their own way. So we actually ran down the junkyard and we found a roller block 351 with a C6 trans and the Explorer rear end. We're going to try to make this thing a driver just so we can move it around and we ain't having to push it or push it in the corner. We can just, do what we need to and put it where we want. I really don't know the history on the car, but the last time it was tagged was in '97. So I'm assuming it's set for about 24 years. And what we're going to do today is try to get this thing to possibly fire up and maybe move underneath its own power. But our main goal for today is see if we can get this junkyard engine started. We pulled this out of 94, 95, 96 F-150 farm pickup. Pickup was pretty beat up, pretty wore out, so I'm expecting the same from this engine. But I'm pretty confident that we can go ahead and get this thing fired up. We tried in the previous video when we were shoving this engine transmission in here, but some of the parts we had wouldn't work, and actually what held us up was actually the headers. So what we've done now is we've went ahead and ordered a set of headers. I've actually got the other one in there just to kind of mock it up, see if it would work. But these headers are pretty nice headers. So we got them off eBay for $115. They're 1 5/8 primaries with 3-inch collectors. It's a pretty awesome deal for what they are, really. We wasn't expecting too much, but when they showed up, we was pretty happy with it. So the first thing we're going to get into is we're going to go ahead and get these headers thrown on here, and then we'll start working our way to ignition and fuel and everything like that to possibly get this thing fired up today. Well, now that we got the headers on, I've got my side on, and he's just about finished up with his side. With a small fight and a few inappropriate words later, we're almost done with that part. It's very rare when you get to install a set of headers and you don't have to dent a tube. And surprisingly, on this cheap set of headers, we didn't have to dent a one. I figured that we was definitely gonna have to get the hammer out and relieve some frustration, but we didn't have to. So now I think we're gonna move on to the ignition side of things. We're going to find an ignition wire and go ahead and run up here to our coil. We didn't get it as far as we would have liked to. So we're just going to fill these bowls through the vent with some fuel, and we're going to see if we can get this thing running. We just want to hear it run before we move on with anything. This isn't the actual engine that we're going to use for this car. We actually just dropped it off at the machine shop to get bored. It's a 351 flat tappet block. We're boring at 30 over and getting the crankshaft turned 1010. We should be getting that back here within a week or so. But we're just kind of throwing this together just to have a mover rounder, driver, whatever you want to call it. Now we got that. I think I got the firing order right. I'm going to hook up the ignition wire and let him hit the key, and we'll see what's going to happen. Timing might be off. already tell right away this thing's pretty wore out. She's puffing some heavy blow by. All right, give that a shot. Maybe. Yeah, you're good. Oh, she almost hit. Try one more time. Too long because there's no cooling system, but she definitely fired up. Got a little smoke coming out of places I don't know where it comes from. It's just coming from the sensor, the cooling hose. Yeah, she runs. She's not real healthy, but she runs. Y'all are interested in seeing more on the build? Stay tuned. We're eventually going to try to get this thing to move under its own power. We're actually going to put a rear end in it pretty soon. I think that's going to do it for this today. Before I end this video, I'd like to tell each and every one of you thank you. Because of y'all, CNC Auto Works met its goal of 1,000 subscribers. We cannot thank you guys enough. You don't know how much we appreciate it. And until next time, guys, we'll catch y'all later.